Hi, thanks for joining me. I'm Jordana, blogger of Inspired Diaries. Today I want to talk about boobs, bellies, and bums. We are completely obsessed with them. Whether you're a woman, whether you're a man, you either want to change it, have it, look at it, touch it, whatever it is. We want our boobs to look a certain way, we want our bellies to be a certain way, we want our bums to be a certain way. And I have a feeling I know why. There's a couple of reasons actually. The first one, and sorry to bore you with a little bit of history here, but the first one is actually dates back to thousands of years ago when we actually saw a voluptuous body, a curvy body, as a sign of both fertility and wealth. So men would look for a woman that had great curves because that would be a great indicator of her ability to have a lot of children, carrying on his family name. In addition, it was a sign of wealth because it meant that you had enough money to actually sustain your life. Otherwise, you were quite emaciated, often sick, and you died. And as a result, you weren't really able to perform your duty as a woman and as a wife, which is to serve your man and deliver him some heirs to his family name. As time went by, the appeal for that type of body started to evolve. We thought about as different decades happen, even in the 19th and 20th century, the female form and the shape started to evolve. As you think about women becoming more empowered, we threw away the ideals of what our men wanted, and we started to think for ourselves. And in doing so, we started to change the way we thought we wanted to look. But there's actually still a really interesting thing at the core of all of this. Society's perceptions of what a woman should look like really hasn't changed that much. We're still really focused on three key areas, which is boobs, bums, and bellies. It's just the shape and what we find desirable that has evolved over time. So, where do you think you get your own personal thoughts around what you believe you should look like? Some of us think that we do get it from within, but I actually think that it comes from outside of us the majority of the time. It comes from society's perceptions of what we think we should look like via the media, via magazines, television, the internet, music certainly plays a huge role in how we believe we should be viewed and what we should look like. The second component is, quite frankly, advertising. Advertising plays a massive role in how everything is influenced, and when advertisers get involved, they're really trying to sell a product. And having been a marketer for the majority of my career, I can tell you that it's really important to get into the psyche of your audience and try to understand who they are, what their beliefs are, and how your product can help solve a problem for them. Most of the time, however, I find advertisers use this to their advantage in manipulating their audiences into believing something that is completely unattainable, like the fact that you can lose 25 pounds in 3 weeks. Completely impossible. The other element that influences the way we believe we should look is actually our loved ones and the people that we want to love us. We often search outside of ourselves for love and acceptance, and most of the time when you're looking for a partner, that should be what's in your heart, what's in your mind, what's in your soul, and how you connect with somebody. That's the deepest connection that you can find. But often as we grow up, the physical kind of gets in the way, and there's nothing wrong with that. It's just that certainly influences how we perceive our own bodies, what we find acceptable, beautiful, and lovable. And when we're so obsessed with boobs, bellies, and bums, it really messes with whether we believe our own bodies are good enough for the love of the other people that we're trying to attain. I'm so excited that society is starting to evolve. We are starting to look at ourselves in a different way than we have before. Previously, we're collectively challenged with this body image and self-hate that because we can't live up to the expectations of a 6'3" model who's been photoshopped into the bikini that she's actually wearing for the cover of the magazine. Even she herself doesn't look that way when they took the image versus what actually made it onto the cover. It's a completely surreal example of what is out there. And I'd say we're finally starting to, peel back the layers between what is imaginary and real. And it is an incredibly exciting time in our day and age to be able to be a part of that and to be able to feel that movement rising. Women really showing who they are, what they're made of, and what their bodies look like in a real and incredible way. And it is empowering, and it is beautiful, and it is absolutely wonderful thing to be seeing. It is the biggest gift to give to yourself, to be able to stand in front of the mirror and see and take in everything that you are and everything that you want to be and everything that you have, and feel the love for that. Whether it is the stretch marks on your thighs or the cellulite that has gathered as you've aged, or perhaps maybe you've had it your whole life, or the freckles, or all the little imperfections that we seem to have so much trouble with. Really, when we look at it at the end of the day, most of the time nobody sees them but us. And it's really about establishing that connection between you and you in the mirror, and connecting and making it okay and making it real for you. Because every one of those stretch marks, maybe that was you growing, maybe that was you delivering a baby, maybe that was a trauma that happened to you over time. All of those things, or something else, all of those things help create who we are and the experience that we have in this incredible world. And there's just so much more to that than the fact that we have stretch marks or the fact that we have cellulite. There's just so much more. Our global life experience is just so much greater than that. So do yourself a favor, embrace this incredible movement that is happening, and this time and space in our world that is really just bringing about this great change of embodiment and self-love and acceptance, so that we can live a better life, so that we can actually evolve and change and grow from the inside out. And there's a really quick concept I want to cover about stages of life. When we're young, we're kind of like a little princess. We go around, we need that external acceptance. We need people on the outside to validate who we are and the direction that we're going in our lives. We need that to be able to know that we're going on the right path and in the right direction. We need that to feel self-assured and to build our confidence. As we get older, we start to evolve. And this is really more our queen status. This is when all of that external validation is pulled inward, and we can really call on who we are and what we are from the inside, stand strong in that, and tell everybody else to F it. Because that is when we know that when we have that confidence from within, whatever we do is the right thing for us. However we look is the right look for us. And when more and more and more women can band together in that feeling, that is when we are next level. That is when we can ditch all this body hate, ditch all this self-loathing, ditch all the criticisms that we have to one another, ditch the comparisons that we have, and this notion of being obsessed with boobs, bellies, and bums becomes really more of a love for the body. And quite frankly, the people in our lives who are drawn to that are drawn to us even more because of what we're putting out there. So the positivity that you start to develop for yourself starts to radiate out and draws in all the people that are equally as positive as you, that are equally embodied as you, or even more so, or maybe even less so. but you're all on the same journey together. And that is what is most incredible about body acceptance. So, boobs, bellies, and bums. Let's get it together. Let's love what we have. And if you don't know how to do that, I'm totally here to support you. And feel free to click the link in the comments, and I have a special tool that will help you get started. And I'm totally here for you every step of the way. Please comment below if you have any questions. I love answering them. Have a great day. Bye.